Here's the opinion that I have changed on Jenks.
Okay.
And it's the fact that I do think Cal Raleigh deserves to be MVP this year. And I know it's September 23rd, and you're like, wow, you've taken this entire time, and now you're jumping on the bandwagon? But, like, we only have 3 games left, and it's wild to me that Cal Raleigh of the Mariners is still even money to win the MVP. And Aaron Judge is your favorite at minus 145, and you can make a good case for him because the guy has just been a hitting machine this year. Hitting 326 in the big leagues is an absolute monster deal. The fact that his OPS is over 1,000, he's best hitter in baseball. But I think what changed the calculus for me is listening to people who have played baseball, and I've had this discussion with my husband, about the defensive value that Cal Raleigh adds to the mix by being a catcher. And I think this is one of the in the weeds things that maybe the casual fan doesn't quite understand. But when it comes to physical demands and mental demands too, because you're calling a game, being a catcher is really, really tough, especially doing it the entire season. Like, even from somebody who doesn't even play baseball, imagine squatting an entire baseball game. Oh. It is physically challenging. And this is why his quads and his dumper is so big, because his legs are just so strong. So when you add this defensive value to your team as a catcher, and your team is also going to win the division, which is a story in itself, you add narratives in, you add storylines, I think that sweetens the pot for some of these writers. I do think Cal Raleigh deserves to win the MVP this year.
I agree. And I also think that this is when you can't put something on paper and you can't measure it. Hasn't Cal Raleigh just been the catalyst for everything Seattle has done because of how he sort of inspires everyone around him to elevate their level of play? Because he's doing something that has never been done. Like, that's the thing. He broke the team record for home runs set by Ken Griffey Jr. He broke the switch hitting home runs record set by Mickey Mantle. He plays a position that is different from Aaron Judge's. So if you're just looking at the stats, you're not seeing the full scope of what Cal Raleigh has done. And the Mariners are also playing great ball. And there's such a great narrative there too. So I feel like if you're comparing the two and it's close, it's going to go to Cal Raleigh, and you're getting a better price. So I'd be on it.
Well, and also there's a chance that Cal Raleigh catches Aaron Judge, for 60 home runs in a season. Like, he's sitting at 58 right now. And they play some teams that, like, obviously any team can give up home runs. But I'm just saying it's within the realm of possibility. So anytime you have like a historic season, obviously that goes in your favor. Maybe there's going to be some voter fatigue. And I will say this, of all the writers and all the people who like vote on awards, I do think baseball writers are very informed. And like, think about the Baseball Hall of Fame. Like, this is the most curmudgeon group of people who like are, sticklers to the rules and sticklers to, having these numbers that fly off the page. So like, as opposed to like the AP voters in college football, I do think that like baseball writers will see that playing catcher and doing this at the same time is a huge deal, especially when Aaron Judge was DHing half of the season just because he was injured.
Well, you have to take that into effect. Like, there's no question that being a DH is easier than squatting for 9 innings a game. There's just no question that just takes more of a toll on your body. So when you look at the numbers, it's just not an apples to apples comparison, and it's easy to do. I mean, statistics can tell all sorts of different stories, and sometimes they can sort of lie to you. And it's not to say that Aaron Judge hasn't had an amazing MVP caliber season. He certainly has, but you can't ignore Cal Raleigh's position, nor the effect that he's had on the Mariners, which I think is more of an effect because he's broken so many records and because what he's done has been so unexpected.
Yeah, it looks like we've had some line movement overnight. Cal Raleigh is now minus 120. He is now your favorite, but I think it's still a good bet. Because, again, we have 3 days left in the regular season. And it just feels like this is the year of Big Dumper. Like, that's what it feels like to me. So Aaron Judge has had a very, very good season. And, again, the batting average, is incredible. But the fact that the Mariners are probably going to win the division, I think goes into it as well. It should be noted that MVPs have won this award, even if their team has been terrible. But again, I just think it goes into the narratives. And at the end of the day, these are still writers, and I still think they love a good storyline. So I do think, Cal Raleigh is going to get it done, and I will be rooting for him.